Hey everybody, Roman versus What the Squashfest podcast and my co-host.
I got nothing. I got like I was rubbing my ear and you started recording, bro. Like what? Like I wasn't thinking about it.
The
It's
boy
the
arm.
boy arm.
Yeah,
It's the
that's
boy.
also
Just
that's what
Jesus
I was
Christ.
waiting for.
Just
Um so as you guys can see, I'm back home. We're ready to record.
boo.
Mad technical difficulties on my end. Somebody touched something, the audio was jacked. I'm still working through it. I can still hear little bits and pieces of static here and there. We're just gonna push through for now because we've been at this for I think it's been like more than half an hour trying to fix
I'm
this.
just sitting here.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna go straight into it. SmackDown.
First of all,
Go.
congratulations to new double champion.
Here we
What
go.
do you see me? No, you can't hear me now.
No, I said, oh no.
Oh, new double champion. Mega Campeon, the greatest Mysterio of all time, the greatest luchador of all time, the greatest mask of all time, double champion Dominic Mysterio. Congratulations, Dominic Gutierrez, for having two belts, something your father never did.
Terrible.
Not terrible. It was a great booking decision.
Oh,
Putting
great
all
booking
on Dominic.
decision. 100% great booking decision, but terrible that you would say all of what you said. Blasphemy against Rey Mysterio.
And I love Rey Mysterio. I love Rey Mysterio since 1996. I do. But Dominic is on a different. I've said this for years. Dominic's on a different level of charisma. He's on a different level of just natural. The natural connectivity he has with fans, whether it be heat or whatever. That kid's gonna be a superstar.
We
Like
shall see.
future WrestleMania main eventer. I said it 2 years ago. Y'all laughed at me. This man is now holding the second or third most important championship in WWE, and now the most important championship in Mexico. This man is a superstar.
Okay.
SmackDown.
Yeah. SmackDown.
I watched it this morning.
So did I.
It was not a good show. That's the way I took it. This was not a good show.
This
There
was
was
not a good show.
there was a good match, maybe two good matches. But the rest of this
I
is just
liked
like,
Sammy and Phoenix.
uh-huh. Go ahead, so I can blaspheme on you.
I was gonna say I got nothing.
Randy and Drew was a
Stop
solid
it.
match at this.
Stop it.
Randy.
I'm tired of those two. Anyway, let's just start the show.
All right, Brock Lesnar leads off the show. Brock Lesnar doesn't get a chance to speak before Ron Killing's R-Truth comes out.
Mhm.
And I'm just looking at this, and I'm just like, why is R-Truth coming out to confront Brock Lesnar? And it's because, again, he needs to defend the honor of John Felix Anthony Cena.
Yep.
This segment was too long. I feel like these two guys didn't know their lines because they kept going back to the same things multiple times.
But it was
It
Brock
made no
mostly. Brock kept
Yeah.
going back to, why are you here? What's your name again?
Which
Well,
makes no sense because Brock has shared scenes with R-Truth in the past.
I
Like,
understood it. I just took it as he's just a beast and he doesn't recognize him. Like he only recognizes certain people. That's how I took it. I had to like add that in to make this
how
make
many
sense.
how
I
many
know.
50-year-old
I
black
know.
professional wrestlers with nose and eyebrow piercings are there?
I know. I know. I was stretching, but again, I was trying to immerse myself. I didn't like this segment, and
It was not good.
I love our truth, and he's usually spot on, but they had no chemistry tonight.
No.
No chemistry whatsoever. To your point, they kept reiterating the same promo over and over. It just kept going in circles. And I was just like, let's get to the F5 already. Because
At one point, Brock asks him, "What's your name?" He goes, "R-Truth." And then Brock later in the segment goes, "Your name's R-Truth?" And I could think that's where I think Truth messed up because that's when Truth goes, "My name is Ron Cena," because he kept calling John Cena his big brother.
Yeah.
And I think they messed it up early on, which is maybe why Brock had to go back and start over. But yeah, this was whatever. Brock goes, "Why are you here?" He goes, "I'm here to defend the honor of John Cena." "Why are you here?" "Do you know where John Cena is?" "No, I don't know where John Cena is." "Then why are you in this ring?" "I'm here to defend the honor of John Cena."
It was just
Are
bad.
you missing? Are you missing a tooth? Am I missing a F5?
Yeah.
That's the entire segment.
The
That's
best part of the segment was after the F5 when you see that Brock's pants ripped. That's it.
Brock ripped his pants.
That's it. And then he started like slapping his
Mooning the
ass
crowd.
to the crowd. Yeah. He was just like, look at me. And then he was like, I got blue underwear.
Like, what is happening? Why?
That was honestly the best part of this segment.
Just I was like, what is this? Okay, we'll bypass that. So whatever, and we're getting Brock and Cena next week, a week from today at one. I was call it Wonderpalooza, WrestlePalooza. um, so then we get backstage. Sammy is talking to someone off camera, saying that their journeys are very similar. We walked the same paths before we got to WWE, but we never actually faced off against each other. And since John Cena gave me the honor of continuing this open challenge moving forward, I'm happy that you're going to be my first challenger. And it pans over, and it's Rey Fenix. And I'm just like, okay, this match is going to be good, but please don't let Rey speak. And they let Rey speak. And he goes, yeah. And he said something, and he goes, animo. And that's it. And then, that's it. That's all I got. Like, yeah. Yeah. Match is great. They had a fantastic match. These guys put on a
match was really good.
Really good. They had a PWG old school Ring of Honor style match. These guys had a great match. There was no way Rey Fenix was going to win this match.
No.
Zero chance.
Zero chance. That's the only thing that bothered me was, one, I already knew the outcome of the match. Not that anybody, you put any superstar, I automatically know Sammy's going to win. So it's not so much that, but it's also the fact that we're doing the same thing we're doing with his brother right now. We're putting people over. He hasn't been doing much. He hasn't been on TV much. And they hyped him and his brothers, their debuts. Like they were going to be the next big things. They have not, in fact, been the next big things. They've already gotten, I don't know, it's rust at this point. They came in with shiny glitter and now it's rust.
Penta is upper mid card guy who can put people over. Fenix is lower mid card guy who's also relegated to the tag division to put people over. That's where they are. Can we just get to the point where we put them together as a tag team and the Lucha Brothers are teaming? Because that's where this is going. I don't see either one of them. They're going to be, if you're going to keep them as single stars, either one of them, they're going to be perennial mid-card guys. Maybe they win an IC title or a US title one time in their careers. But that's it. They're never going to scratch the main event in this company. They're never going to be, and I like both of them. I think they're both very good in-ring wrestlers. We've talked about this years ago when we saw them wrestling for Lucha Underground, where they were both there. They were really good back then. But there is a ceiling for them. And the ceiling, unfortunately, is where they are right now. They came in and they were put into the place. And as single stars, I don't see them moving forward. I don't see them getting any higher. So can we just put them in a tag?
They could easily be higher. It's just a matter of they're not being looked at by the
They
lookers.
They can be higher. Yeah. They will not be higher. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they won't.
Because by the time this generation of main eventers retires or gets older, is the Punks, I wouldn't even say Cody's because Cody's our age. But by the time Punk retires, you'll have the Doms and the Breakers and everybody else coming up.
Yeah.
And then you're not going to put them up above them.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, right now, let them team. You can still let them be singles guys, have singles matches, but let them team and solidify your tag division. Like, please, do something with them.
We don't need
because
more
they're
tag
both
teams,
extremely.
Bro. We don't need more tag teams. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
We need a compelling tag division. You can use more tag teams, but you have to actually You have to
Here's
do
the
something with
but
the
here's the
tag
problem.
division.
Here's the problem with that theory. You can't put them together because technically Ray is already in a tag team.
No one remembers Andrade. Who did? If you keep them off screen for another 3 weeks, we're gonna forget they were a tag team to begin with. I had to think about that. Andrade has not been on screen since SummerSlam. That's the last time we've seen Andrade. And we put Fenix in a singles match. If you put Fenix in 2 more singles matches moving forward, everybody's gonna forget about that tag team. I forgot their name. Was their name We Got Money? Like I got
No,
like
that's what you came up with.
because I'm pretty sure that's what they said when they were sitting on Andrade's car on the plantation.
Yeah.
like I'm just saying, like no one's gonna remember that.
Okay, moving on.
All right. So towards the end of this match, I'm not gonna go through move by move because I did not take notes for this match because it was just way too much. Um, they're just doing a lot of counters, a lot of flips. Towards the end of this match, Ray goes for his jumping kick in the corner. He misses. Sammy hits a exploder suplex in the corner. He hits a Luva kick. He gets the win. But it's a great match. If you want to watch a match, go watch this match. It's fantastic.
It's the one great match of the night.
Drew and Randy was a solid match. I am not going to call the women's match a solid match. Ooh,
I
we got
said
to get into that.
the one great match. So even if it was solid, which it was not.
What do you mean? We got Kiana James and Julia beating down B-Fab next.
First off, when that match was announced, I said, great, now I got to deal with this guy's mouth. That was my first reaction.
Hold on. They had a backstage segment where Kiana James and Michin walk up to B-Fab and they're like ignoring her. And they said, and Kiana just looks at Julia and said, "Did you tell B-Fab about how we beat down Michin last week? And then we can do the same to her." And then in front of B-Fab, and then B-Fab looks at them and he goes, "I heard y'all been jumping my girl." No shit! They just said it in front of you. Like why? Like you're you're reacting like somebody pulled you to the side and said, "Did you see what they did to Michin last week?" First of all, you didn't. That means you're not watching the product when you're not on the screen. And 2, you're not in communication with your friend for a week after she got her ass beat. And 3, they literally are gloating about how they beat her up in front of you. And she has the balls to say, "I heard y'all been doing stuff behind my back." Yeah. Like, what? Who's writing this nonsense?
At least she acknowledged that the Street Profits have drama.
Yes. Because after that, I mean, then so Julia goes to B-Fab's face and he goes, "Yes, we did, and if you want it, we can do the same thing tonight." Because then so we get that match announced, and then as you talk about as the Street Profits have drama, we get directly into the Wyatt 6 vignette next, and Bo Dallas. It's just Bo Dallas and Eric Rowan, and Bo Dallas asks, "Where did the Street Profits go from here?" And he speaks about how they failed the test at Clash in Paris from the Wyatts, how the Profits are at war with their principles and not at war with they're not in the war of the flesh, they're in the war of principalities, basically is what he said. Eric Rowan puts his hand on Bo Dallas' chest and says it pains him to see what Montez and Angelo are going through, how they're at war with themselves, but they have a choice to make. He could either cut off the limb and survive, or they can let it fester and destroy the tag team from the inside. That's the premise of the entire promo. Bo says that the Wyatts are not the ones to blame. They just sowed the seeds and they're watching everything sprout. Where did the Street Profits go from here? Everyone needs to follow the buzzards. Here's my thing. I understand what they were trying to get here, but you can't take credit for doing something and then say, "I'm not to blame."
You're not wrong.
Like, what?
But it was compelling.
It was fine.
And I like the fact that they kept on with, "Hey, this is why we're here. This is what we're doing, blah, 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 blah." Like, again, they're beating down the message. Because, the one time that they put out that one really good vignette. Where did they put it? They put it on social media and on the pre-show.
Kickoff show.
So it's nice to see them putting things on the actual product that people can actually see and delivering that message. Where do they go from here? They're gonna break up. 100%.
Angelo Dawkins put out a tweet with the picture of him stopping Montez coming into the match and saying it's time for a change.
Yeah.
So
there was a second tweet because I didn't see that.
I saw that one. I didn't see the second one.
I couldn't tell you what it was.
I was waiting for the answer.
No, I just remember there was a picture. I vaguely looked at it. I was like, oh, okay.
All right. So then we get back coming out of that to B-Fab making her entrance. Mm-hmm. She hits. So first of all, she makes her entrance. The Women's United States Champion didn't get her entrance on television. They were already in the ring. Like, how much more disrespectful can we get to Julia right now?
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty more ways. And they're going to find each of those ways. Because they do not care.
So B-Fab gets on the ring apron. Kiana James goes to attack her. B-Fab hits her with a guillotine over the top rope. Julia gets incensed, runs out of the ring, beats down B-Fab, throws her against the barricade, throws her against the ring steps. They get her into the ring. They go to hit her with the curb stomp. Michin's music hits. Michin runs down with a kendo stick to save one of her friends. This is my problem with this entire segment. Uh-huh. Well, first of all, I like one thing about this segment. We didn't have to suffer through a long, elongated B-Fab match. That's the positive of this segment. The negative of this segment, what's up?
I'm also surprised that they didn't have her come out and cut a promo before, because they like to do that too for some weird reason.
SmackDown's only 2 hours. We only have so much time to devote to stuff. This is my problem with the segment. Michin just got beat down by these two women last week.
Yes.
She got beat down by them 2 weeks ago when Julia put her face into the steel steps, right? Yeah. So it's back-to-back weeks she's been beat down by this one. Your friend is coming out to defend your honor from getting beat down last week. Mm-hmm. Why in the blue hell are you not ringside with her to defend your friend? Why are you standing there in the back waiting to see what's going to happen? And the moment your friend's in trouble, that's decide, oh, I need to be here for you. I'm coming down with my kendo stick. Like, the logic makes absolutely zero sense.
Unless you immerse yourself, right? This match was made on the fly. Michin was in catering, didn't know what was happening, sees it on the screen, and then she runs out. You gotta make these things up, bro. You gotta make these things up in your mind, otherwise it's not gonna make sense. She was clearly eating.
She was having a piece of Reese's peanut butter chocolate cake.
Sure.
It's an Eddie Kingston reference from AEW.
Got it.
It's whatever he's in catering. He said that's always what he eats.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Which is why he can never, get muscular, because that man loves to eat. But yeah, no, this is just bad. And then Michin holds up the championship belt afterwards. Michin's never getting a singles title. I'm sorry. You are Blasian and Natalya. At least Natalya had multiple championship runs, but you're never going to get a singles title in this company. And I love Mia Yim. I think she's a great wrestler. If there was a tweet that came out today and said WWE releases Mia Yim from her contract, there would be zero shock on my face.
Zero shock.
There's nothing there for her.
Yeah. They just made her the hardcore girl.
Yeah.
That's all she is the hardcore girl.
All right. We didn't do a TikTok. I wanted to do a TikTok about this next thing, but I keep forgetting to do it. We get a vignette announcing WrestleMania 43 is going to be in Saudi Arabia. And obviously, the internet wrestling community, the TikTok fans and content creators have been having a field day with this because...
Huge field day with this.
We hate these Saudi shows. Nothing ever happens at them. I understand if you're doing WrestleMania in Saudi, you would assume you would have something happen. That's not this coming WrestleMania. This coming WrestleMania is in Las Vegas. It's the one in 2027. So we have a year and a half before this.
Can I just say,
How
every woman that was a part of this announcement looked depressed.
if you look at this announcement, to Triple H's left is Stephanie Becker and Seth Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
Their faces,
Yep.
during this entire thing was like, why are we doing this? This entire company, you put out this months ago. You put out a TikTok on our page months ago when they announced the ESPN deal, talking about how this company does not care about its fans; it only cares about money.
Yes.
And it's 100% true because not only did they announce WrestleMania 43 is going to be in Saudi Arabia, which they're going to be a bag for because Saudi Arabia pays crazy money to everybody. The vice president of TKO 2 days earlier literally said that WWE ticket yields are not on the level of UFC ticket yields. So we need to figure out a way to increase ticket yields from WWE.
Yep.
You're already pricing out the majority of fans who can't afford to go to your shows. If I wanted to go to a Raw or SmackDown and take my 2 children, the tickets for bleachers would cost me $250 plus fees. Mm-hmm. Then you got to pay for parking. Then you got to pay for merchandise. Then you got to pay for food. You're already pricing the normal fan out. The person who's making $40,000, $50,000 a year who wants to go to these shows but can't afford to.
Yeah.
Now you're literally telling fans, we're going to be charging more.
Yeah.
Because our other company, our other MMA company, which we charge an exorbitant amount of money to our fans for, is selling out, or we're making more money there. They don't seem to understand TKO. I have said UFC and wrestling fans are kind of the same. The study that shows the overlap between UFC fans and WWE fans is only 13%. These are 2 different fan bases. Just because you're in the same company does not mean that you're getting the same people spending their money on those 2 products. Yeah. They're not the same. They're not the same customers.
Yeah.
You're going to turn off so many families by doing this because they can't afford to go to your shows.
Yes. The only thing is this is why we have alternatives.
I can't go AEW.
That's what I was gonna say. I can't go to a Raw or SmackDown, but if I want to go experience a live wrestling show with a lot of wrestling, I could go to an AEW show because that right now is tailored more towards the fanatics, the true fans, of wrestling, right?
The hardcore wrestling fan.
Yeah, the hardcore wrestling fan. It's tailored more to them, and it's affordable.
Yeah.
These guys, I said it before. Like,
and you get to see Tony Storm getting a staple gun to the butt.
Yeah, I saw that. But that's what I'm saying. Like, they do not care. They're all about the bottom line. They do not care who's coming. And so long as these shows keep filling up, they're going to keep doing what they're doing. And now it's a double-edged sword because, as we kept saying, now is the time to get into wrestling. Now wrestling's fun again. Wrestling's for everybody. That's all of that is true, but what's happening is a lot more rich people
it's a business
are getting into it.
It's becoming the NFL. And that what I say about it is if you can't as a normal person afford to go to a Super Bowl in this country.
Yeah, no.
Those tickets are sold to corporations. The corporations give them to their highest earners, their highest sellers. You don't a Super Bowl ticket. I think the cheapest one this past year was like $5,000 for bleachers.
Yeah,
like it's crazy. We were talking about WrestleMania tickets this year. The cheapest WrestleMania ticket you can get was like over $1,000 this year. Yeah, and that's if you want to sit in the highest end of a football stadium and see little ants wrestling. Yeah, like for $1,000. Like you can't do it. You can watch wrestling and DM us. We'll hit you ways so you can watch wrestling on a cheaper level. Because besides the fact that again you can't go to the shows if you can't afford it, some people are not going to be able to afford to spend $70 a month to watch a WWE product. So you have to find other ways and alternatives to to watch wrestling. So it's crazy. It's nuts what this company is doing right now. No. Okay, let's get back to SmackDown. Now I got that off my chest. I just needed to get that out somewhere, and they gave me the opportunity with announcing during SmackDown.
Got it.
So then we get a Aleister Black vignette. I did not take a lot of notes in this. It was just him saying that he tricked Damian Priest, how he infiltrated him with venom, and it will run its course. That Aleister Black is the sickness and the cure for this. That if Damian keeps fighting it, he will die by it, or he can embrace it and show how dangerous Damian actually can be. Violence begets violence, and Aleister will become its prophet. That's it. That's all I got for this entire vignette.
When I saw this vignette, I kept thinking to myself, they better not become some sort of faction.
I told you when this started, I can see Damian Priest, Aleister Black tag team.
It better not happen. I'm telling you that right now.
You got the Puerto Rican from the Bronx who loves. You got Puerto Rican from the block.
And I sent you a TikTok.
Did you?
About that. You didn't even watch it? Jesus Christ.
I think I clicked it and then fell asleep watching it, but I don't know what you're talking about. I'll watch it after this.
It was this morning. It was literally.
Oh, then I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I know. They asked Bad Bunny. He was doing an interview, and then basically they had Damian Priest come on, and then Damian was like, this is what I have. I've been wanting to ask you this for a while. He's like, when are you coming back? And if you come back, would you want a tag team and get the tag team titles together? I'd much rather see that.
Nope. I'm good.
I would much rather see that than see an Aleister Black, Damian Priest tag team.
So I was watching Going Raw the other day, and they were talking about the same thing. I was talking about Aleister Black, Damian Priest eventually becoming a tag team. And he goes, imagine being Aleister Black and going to AEW for 3 or 4 years, and they put you in a trios, and they never let you wrestle as a single star, even though you kept asking to have singles matches. They never, I think over his entire time, he had something crazy like 4 singles matches.
Yeah.
He goes, imagine getting back to WWE and being like, Paul knows how to book me. He'll take care of me. He'll do this thing. And after your first or second feud, Triple H comes up to you and says, we're going to have you teaming with Damian Priest. And they were like, what the fuck? Like, imagine that if you're Aleister Black.
That's terrible. It's just terrible booking. And again, I feel like that diminishes again all of the shine with this guy even returning.
Yep.
Like, what are we doing?
I'm still hoping for Aleister Black and Cody, but we'll see if that even comes later.
Probably not at this point.
All right. So when we get Jade Cargill coming out for her championship opportunity against Tiffany Stratton. This is the third match these women have had. The one at SummerSlam, the one at SmackDown months ago, that was a non-title match, and this one.
It still look ugly.
They have zero chemistry. Jade Cargill is getting better in the ring. I'm giving her that. Tiffany Stratton outshined her so much in this match. Tiffany looked like the more polished wrestling veteran. And that's saying something because Tiffany has been wrestling, or the start of her training to now is 4 years. She's not a great wrestler herself, but at least Tiffany was able, like Jade, to me, it's like when you watch an old school match and you have the big, powerful wrestler versus the small cruiserweight, right? Mm-hmm. Jade Cargill in this match was the powerhouse. And this entire match was, how is Tiffany Stratton going to compete with Jade's power? I'm going to run around her, do a bunch of flips, do a bunch of cartwheels, and make myself look way more athletic than Jade Cargill does.
Yeah.
That's the entirety of this match. So when I say Tiffany Stratton outshined her. That's what I mean. She was carrying the majority of this match. Their timing was off. A lot of their counters that they were trying to do, because Tiffany, being the former gymnast, can do all of these athletic things and use Jade's power, but it's just they didn't know how to get into those spots. Like there was one spot where Tiffany tries to do that, like she does that cartwheel into the Alabama Slam sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
and she tried to do it, and Jade couldn't catch her right. She
Yeah.
didn't get the timing right. And like there's little things like that that just really looked really bad in this match. They got better to you, but Tiffany's going to be a superstar. Jade's already a superstar looking, which in the ring she just needs work. They protected both girls. Double count out towards the end. Jade hits a spear through the timekeeper's area. Nia Jax comes out, attacks Jade, hits Tiffany with a Yokozuna sumo drop. I keep forgetting. Annihilator. That's what it's called. The Annihilator, and she stands tall. So we're gonna end up getting a triple threat match at some point between these three women for the women's championship.
Because again, when you don't know what to do, or you need to prolong something, or make something legitimate, you use Nia Jax.
You dust off the corpse of Nia Jax.
Because again, like every time, how many times have they had a feud and Nia comes out of nowhere for no reason, and it's because they don't have, yeah, they have nobody else that's legitimate or whatever the case. So you need to prolong it until you get somebody else up. This is to prolong this feud.
So
number one,
I used to say Dolph Ziggler was everybody's first Intercontinental Championship feud.
Yeah.
Every time somebody won an IC title, Dolph was the first feud that they would have, because Dolph is legit. He's a 2-time world champion. He's a 7-time Intercontinental champion, and getting over on Dolph Ziggler makes you a star. And Dolph is going to make you look great because he sells great in the ring and he's a great worker. Nia Jax is that for the women's division.
Yes.
Every time you need somebody's first feud, dust off Nia Jax.
Yep.
That's it. And this story with Tiffany has been going on for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Ever since Tiffany was her lackey.
Yeah.
Like, we need to be done with this. I'm tired of seeing Nia and Tiffany. Give me Nia and Jade. I don't care. Give me Nia and Jade. That at least, if we get botches, at least it'll be fun botches. Like it'll be Jade trying to body slam Nia Jax, and she can do it, but maybe she'll fall on her face. Like it'll be something. It'll be fun.
I disagree. I'm surprisingly enough, I'm not tired of Tiffany Nia.
I'm tired.
I'm not, because what they do is they don't continue it until the finale. What they do is it'll stop right here, and then you'll get whoever you want Tiffany to actually feud with, and then Nia inserts herself towards the end of that feud, and then that goes away again, and that, like, they've never finished it. They've never finished that feud, specifically so that you can continuously sprinkle her in from time to time when you got nothing going. Because again, we've talked about it. This women's division is very thin.
Mm-hmm.
So if you finish this, then you take her out of the equation completely. Then what do you do with Tiffany when you have nobody else? Because you haven't called anybody up.
I'm going to say something blasphemy, and people may disagree with me on this one. The women's division is thin because you have these tag titles that no one cares about for the last 8 years. If you get rid of the women's tag team division, you have so many more female wrestlers who could be going for the 2 singles championships. If you got rid of the tag division, guess what? Now you got Charlotte, you got Alexa, you got Chelsea Green, you got Alba Fire. I don't know where Piper Niven is. She's still not on TV. Like,
gone.
But you have at this point, and I understand why they said when the tag titles were implemented in 2018, there was no women's mid-card championships.
Yeah.
So you needed something else for the other women who weren't going for the 2 championships to go for. Now you have women's world titles, women's mid-card titles, and women's tag titles. By having all of these championships, you have 5 championships for people to go for. Now your division's super thin.
I
because
disagree with this take, and here's
the,
why.
it's division super thin because you're taking so many people and putting them because now
But
you
you're
can't do
not.
Charlotte.
But you're not. It's literally the tag division is 4 people, bro.
No, it's 2 on SmackDown.
Who are
You
the
got
others?
technically speaking, what I would do with Alexa and Charlotte is I would have them on both shows. For
Who
some reason,
are
are
the
only on
rest of them?
SmackDown.
I agree. Who are the rest of them?
Right now that's it.
And the Kabuki Warriors, who have zero interest for some reason into
And the tag titles.
Right? So you got 3 teams. Realistically, Asuka is being utilized.
I understand that.
Right?
They're doing a better job on Raw with the stories.
100%.
On SmackDown,
And on SmackDown, it's just 4 women. And you're not going to do anything with Alba Fire. So realistically, it's 3 women.
Such a waste.
I'm just saying. But it's 3 women. So it's not like, even if they got rid of the tag division, it's going to give you 3 women back.
But by having those 3 women, let's say Alexa, Charlotte, and Chelsea Green.
She already fought Charlotte. She already fought Charlotte. That feud ended. So it's only 2.
Tiffany did.
Tiffany.
Okay,
so
no, but by having Alexa and Charlotte, now you have them. You can rotate them between the 2 titles, right? So you can do Alexa and Tiffany. You can do Charlotte going for the United States Championship. You can do Charlotte Julia, which will be a banger, and we'll care more about Charlotte Julia than we do Julia Michin. That's my point. And then when that's over, then you rotate the women around and be like, Charlotte, you didn't win this title. All right, if Tiffany ever gets the title off of Tiffany, Charlotte can go back and challenge for the World Championship again. But by relegating them to that tag division, you're taking them off the board for the singles titles.
You're not, though, because they can still challenge for it.
They don't do that.
I know
they don't.
I know they don't. They can be. It's not like you can only be in one bracket.
And then over on the other show, you have the Intercontinental Championship, the Women's Intercontinental Championship, wrapped up in the Seth Rollins CM Punk storyline. And I understand that's to get AJ Lee versus Becky eventually for the Intercontinental title, but you're not utilizing that championship right now either. So you take that title off the board. There's just like
I get what you're saying, but your rhetoric also sounds like you're saying women should only have the main event title.
No, I'm saying if you're going to have 2 women's main event titles, if you have 2 women's main event, I'm okay with having the 2 main event titles and the 2 mid-card championships. If you can do those 4 championships, then you can actually have more compelling storylines. You can have more women rotating in and out so the feuds don't get stale and you're not seeing the same things over and over again.
Yeah. My only problem with the women's tag team is the fact that you haven't gotten your men's tag team in order. And you have a ton of those tag teams. You have like a plethora of men's tag teams. Why?
SmackDown they've done a better job on SmackDown with the men's tag teams than they have done on Raw.
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
I
just don't get what we're doing.
Whether or not we say sometimes
is the home of the tag.
I was gonna say whether or not we say SmackDown is too much tag.
Yeah.
But they do 0 tag on Raw. Like I forgot Finn and JD were the tag champions again until I saw Finn on the screen last night talking to Dom.
Yeah.
Like they don't do anything with those titles on Raw.
Yeah.
All right. So then we backstage. Perfect segue. Chelsea Green and Alba Fire are waiting outside Nick Aldis's office, and they're still waiting for their championship match. And why are they're upset because they feel like Charlotte Flair is being protected because of her injury when they should get their tag title match. And Nick Aldis says Charlotte's injury is legit, but here's what I'll do for you. Oh no, Chelsea also says this funny part, and I think it would have went over your head because you didn't watch TNA. Chelsea Green goes, if you don't start to give us some respect in our title match, you'll understand why everyone back here sometimes calls me a hot mess, which was a callback to her TNA character, Laurel Van Ness, who had gotten left at the altar. So she would come out every single week as a bride, but her mascara would be running and she'd be going crazy. You should go back and watch some of those. Her vignettes were her character work in TNA was amazing. Um, so Nick Aldis tells them Charlotte and Alexa are going to be defending their NXT, the WWE Tag Team Championships at NXT Heatwave on Tuesday. And how about you guys get the winners of that? And Rich made Chelsea happy. By the way, this makes NXT canon. That the women's tag team division is going to be defended on NXT.
It does make NXT canon.
It also made NXT canon this week when you had Carmelo Hayes, Stephanie Vicker, Rhea Ripley. There was Tiffany Stratton. They were all on the show this week. This past Tuesday, you had for some reason you got a run in by Tyler Breeze on somebody, which was weird.
Which when I saw that he clearly made a return, I popped a little bit just because I was like, it's about time. This man has been in the 2K games for how many years? As a character and as himself in like video packages and stuff like that. It's about time that they respect the man and bring him back.
I really like Tyler Breeze. I liked him I liked his character. I liked his in-ring work. I thought he was really great. I don't know why Vince didn't understand that character. I can see a short run for Tyler Breeze against Ethan Page for that NXT North American Championship. I don't think he's going to be there long term. So Nick Aldis is walking down the hallway, and he gets stopped by Miz. Miz says, since you're giving out championship opportunities, and Nick Aldis goes, I'm going to cut you off. I already spoke to Carmelo Anthony about a championship opportunity,
Carmelo
and
Hayes.
I said Carmelo Anthony again?
Yes, you did.
Okay, Carmelo Hayes. I'm just going to call him Mello. I spoke to Mello about a championship opportunity and I granted it, which made Miz happy. And then Nick Aldis goes, maybe you should talk to. Never mind. I'm going to let you figure it out. And walks away. So Miz definitely thought they were getting a tag team championship opportunity.
Yes, he did.
So I literally wrote down, Miz is going to be so upset when he finds Carmelo is getting a U.S. title opportunity instead. So then we got our first of what's going to be 2 Cena Lesnar history packages.
Yeah, I didn't
because they announced a second. It was solid. But they're going to do a second one next week from when Brock returned after his UFC run to now. The first one was from Ohio Valley Wrestling till when Brock left WWE in 2004.
Okay.
It was solid. I'll give them that.
I couldn't. As soon as they brought up child pictures, I was just like, I'm over it. That's how they started it. I was just like, I'm done here.
All right. So then, this is going to be a really short episode. Drew makes his way to the ring for his match. In between Drew making his way to the ring for the match and Randy making his way to the ring for the match, I think we had 3 backstage or interview segments. Because we have Rey Mysterio getting interviewed by, I didn't get her name, one of the AAA backstage talent, and Dom interrupts.
Yep.
And he says when he wins the championship and becomes a double champion, he demands that Rey Mysterio
because although Harm already ruined it, SmackDown takes place before it happened.
Yes. SmackDown was at 8, and then AAA was at 10 last night. But he wants his father to put his championship around his waist, which, to his credit, he did reluctantly. Sidebar: Dom is doing such great work, and I know on screen they're supposed to hate each other. This has got to be so rewarding for Rey Mysterio in real life to see his son doing such great things, not only in WWE, but going down to Mexico and winning a world championship in Mexico. Yeah. He's got to be so proud of Dominic Mysterio getting to those levels because, again, he is just an amazing talent right now. but yeah, that's just this is the way I look at it from a father's perspective. I'm like, Ray's gotta be super proud of Dom.
Of course.
So then Finn walks up. Ray walks away. Finn walks up, and in a hilarious moment, Dominic looks at him. He goes, "Hey, stepdad," and I'm just like, "What is he doing?"
Yeah.
and Finn tells Dom, in order to prove that Dom is the greatest luchador of all time, he needs to go and win that mega championship and bring it back to the clubhouse. So then we get sent.
You left out a part.
What did I
It's
leave
not
out?
win it for the clubhouse. It's win it, but do it by yourself. Was
Oh,
what
do
he
it by
said.
yourself.
Yeah.
In which he did not.
He did not.
He did not. So, El Grande Americano in a Mexican style mask came out and helped him win that title. So then we get Sammy Zane being interviewed by Kathy Kelly, and you pointed this out to me as I was doing my notes. Who is that behind them? There was a mysterious figure looking on from the back. That's Shinsuke Nakamura, bro. Like it's 100% Shinsuke. Just like I was watching it, and just the way he like pushed his hair back, just the way he was standing there, the way he was swaying, and then when Carmelo Hayes, it's a mental block I have. But Carmelo Hayes walks up and tells Sammy, since you're giving out U.S. Championship matches, I'm calling my shot. I'm next. When Shinsuke walks away, he's like doing the hand stuff that Shinsuke does when he's making his entrance. So it's 100% Shinsuke Nakamura.
Okay.
Which would be fine. I'm all for a Shinsuke Sami Zayn feud. Shinsuke's first match in NXT was one of the great NXT matches of all time. It was also Sami Zayn's last match in NXT at NXT Takeover Dallas years ago. It was a fantastic match. So I'm all for that. Hopefully, do something with Shinsuke because that's a guy who they've continuously dropped the ball with. So after Sammy tells Carmelo, "All right, Mello, don't miss." Miz walks up to Carmelo.
Yep.
And he goes, "You told me to be here in 10 minutes. I got here in 5. 5 minutes too late," is what Mello says. And he goes, and they have a little back and forth. He goes, "Mello, I'm trying to guide you. You don't need a U.S. championship opportunity. I'm trying to guide you." He goes, "Where are you trying to guide me?" He goes, "I'm trying to guide you to the tag team titles. That's where we need to be. We need to win the tag team championships." And Mello asks him, like, "You don't think I can do it?" He goes, "I think you can do anything, but this is where your focus needs to be." And Mello says, "What? Why can't I win both? Why can't I win the U.S. championship and then go for the tag titles with you?" And Miz goes, "You do know how hard that is?" And Mello says, "You did it." And at that moment, when he said "you did it," Miz's expression changed. I think he was upset until Mello gave him praise, and then Miz was like, "All right, fine." So Miz is Mello is going to go after the U.S. championship, and then potentially Miz and Mello are going to go for the tag team titles.
Because you don't have
Mello,
enough superstars doing absolutely nothing. You want Mello to now do two different things. Pull them in two different directions because there's not a bunch of people just sitting at home. Where's Apollo Crews?
That's the name I was just thinking when you said that. I was just like, he's going to mention Apollo Crews. Shinsuke Nakamura's been off TV for a while. They're seemingly going to use him. They brought him back. Like, they have plenty of people sitting at home. They have Otis. I know he's on Raw, but they have Otis sitting at home doing nothing. Like, where they only dust off the corpse of Omos for AAA shows, apparently. Like I got there's plenty of guys. All right, but yeah, that's what we're doing. We're gonna get Mello. It's just to continue the eventual breakup of the two of them and the Mello babyface turn.
Yeah,
that's what's happening. So then we get Orton and McIntyre. I enjoyed this match.
I don't know.
These were two 6'4", 6'5", extremely jacked dudes beating the crap out of each other. It was an old school wrestling match
For
where
the
the heel.
37th time.
It's probably more than that at this point, but I enjoyed the story of this match. Orton tweaks his knee. McIntyre, the heel, sees Orton tweaks his knee, does everything in his power to take Orton's knee out, and then Orton can't get past his hatred of McIntyre because he had the match won. He wanted to punt kick McIntyre, which I don't know why the referee got in
That
between
was
them.
literally what I was going to say. That's the part that pissed me off. I would have beaten the crap out of that referee for no goddamn reason. The way
I
he
don't think the
inserted
punt.
himself.
I don't think the punt kick is banned.
Yeah, so
I have no
what the
idea.
hell?
So, yeah, Orton goes for a punt kick towards the end. Uh, Alan Hahn, the referee, gets between them, tells him he cannot do that. He pushes the ref out of the way. McIntyre hits a second claymore onto Randy Orton, and he gets the 3 count. I thought this match was a lot of fun. Both of them hit the finishers on each other. They both rolled out of the ring. They both were back body slamming each other the
The table.
the announce table. This match was a lot of fun. These guys are really good wrestlers.
They just keep
They
having the
know.
same match, and it's always whenever something Cody. Like, it's very annoying,
So
bro.
after the second Claymore in the pinfall, Randy Orton, I'm sorry, Drew McIntyre rolls Randy Orton out of the ring. Randy Orton crawls to in front of the announce desk the same way Cody did a few weeks ago. Drew goes to hit the Claymore and put Randy through the bottom of the announce desk. Cody's music hits. Tracksuit Cody runs out, beats down Drew McIntyre, hits a Cody cutter, and yells. I actually wrote down what he yelled. Drew McIntyre, the champ is back. We can do this dance, and I'll see you at WrestlePalooza. That's how the show goes.
That was terrible.
That's what he did. That's what he did. I can't do the Cody lisp. If I could do the Cody lisp, I would. Palooza.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
So Cody went to Australia to shoot Street Fighter and must have banged out his little role for Guile in about 4 days.
Why 4 days? He's been gone for weeks.
I think he just arrived there last week, wasn't it, or the week before?
I don't know, something like that. But he also had the baby.
Yeah, he had the baby too. But again, he's probably going to only be because the Street Fighter movie. I'm assuming the story of the movie is going to be it's a tournament, so he's only in like 2 scenes or 2 fighting scenes. So he doesn't have a big role. Yeah, but that was SmackDown. It was just what it was.
So
With
again,
Dominic
there was
Mysterio.
one really good match, and then
Drew
the
and-
rest are what ups.
Drew and Randy was a really good match.
Not really good. How you go
I
from
do-
solid to now?
I
Really
give
good?
them 3 3/4 stars.
Oh my god! What the hell is 3 3/4?
Out of 5, 3 3/4.
It's 3, 3.5, 4. You don't go.
No, you can do a quarter
You
star.
don't do quarter stars.
Yes, you can. Have you never looked at Dave Meltzer's rankings? He
And
does
you're
quarter
not
stars
Dave
all the time.
Meltzer.
Harm's hatred of something. What did we coin it a couple weeks ago? Harm's
I don't know.
something of hate. We said we got to go back and listen to it. It was something stupid. I don't know. Whatever. It's 3 3/4.
Okay.
It's better than 3.5. It didn't hit 4. It's 3 3/4.
Sure. But yeah, I don't know. It was a show. It was a show. Couple things that stood out, but they tried. Like again with the R-Truth and Brock Lesnar segment, I felt like they were trying for that nostalgia, those moments that we remember between the two of them, and also just overall R-Truth nonsense. It just didn't hit. Um, that's pretty much it. And setting up for the future with Sami Zayn and Shinsuke, I'm guessing, and
Yep.
and Sammy and Mello and Miz, and they set up stuff. So I can't say it
Meet
was a
Shin
complete.
and Julia.
No, stop it. That's that's not a setup. That is wasting our time. Like that's just
B-Fab.
crazy. You're doing
Next week
nothing
we're
but
gonna get B-Fab versus Kiana James.
please no.
Didn't we?
With the other
That
two
would
as
be amazing.
managers,
With the other two on the ringside.
I hate it here.
I can see it happening. I can see next week we'll get Kiana James versus B-Fab. Or we'll get a tag match.
Terrible. I can see that. I can see the tag match though, because they love tagging people and they love putting random people together. Not that these two are random, because they're both.
They've teamed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not random. But yeah, that was SmackDown. Not the best. Not the best.
It was 90 minutes. It was 90 minutes. That's all I got.
What was 90 minutes?
SmackDown. It's 90 minutes. It's 90 minutes of TV watching.
Yeah. All right.
That's all I got. So we're going to watch NXT Heatwave this week since it's canon?
No.
Come on.
I'm not adding to my plate.
When do you have time? You haven't even gotten your full schedule yet.
I did get my full schedule.
Is there time for NXT Heatwave?
I open every single day.
So we can watch Heatwave.
No. What is that? Their PLE?
No, that's just a random Tuesday show this week. It's one of their special Tuesday shows.
Oh, okay.
It's just 8 to 10 on Tuesday.
Because just some of them get a special theme, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like when AEW does AEW Winter is Coming, and it's just a regular Dynamite.
Ah. Okay.
Whatever.
Anyways, yeah,
it.
so that's going to do it for us. You got anything else?
Congratulations, Daddy Dom.
Goodbye. As always, you can catch us on Spotify, TikTok, iHeart, and YouTube. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.